Hi everyone, Duana Olson here, and I am an online wellness and fitness coach. And I realized that I have not had an opportunity to share my journey with Team Beachbody. It's been a while, and I wanted to take a moment to do that today. Ironically, this morning I woke up and I had just an angry hankering for some donuts. I mean, it was wicked. I could taste them. Unfortunately, I remember very well how I feel after I eat donuts, so I instead rolled right into my kitchen and made myself some eggs with some garlic and onion and some bell pepper and some toast. So feeling proud about that decision, and it's just a good reminder for all of us that being healthy and getting yourself fit and losing the weight, it doesn't end when and if you reach your end goal. It is a constant battle, but it's those daily choices we make on a daily basis that are really going to help reinforce the reason why we're doing it or set us back 2 or 3 steps. So anyways, feeling super proud about that, and I wanted to share it. So thank you for allowing me to share my story up front. I am a wife. I fell in love with my husband 17 years ago. We've been married for 13 years this year. Together we have 4 children. And I live in Orange County, California, in the city of Yorba Linda, and we've been here for the past 5 years. I'm native Orange County, and another irony is that I'm sitting outside in overcast weather because I love the cooler weather. I am not a traditional Californian when it comes to loving the sun and the heat. I don't. So that's a whole different story. So a little bit about my journey. So I grew up very overweight. I'm half Samoan. I was raised by my mom's side of the family, and by the time I was 17 years old, I was over 215 pounds. Being a chubby kid, a chubby adolescent, a chubby kid, being teased for it in high school, middle school, elementary school, it's never fun. But the flip side to that is I also still had a lot of friends. I had a lot of kids that I related to. I was always very involved in music. I was a singer and sports, even though I was overweight. So I never felt like, even though I was teased as a kid, I never felt that I had a bad childhood per se. And all those experiences that I had growing up overweight, I feel has made me a better mother, because I know the things that I did and didn't do as a child, and I use those good and bad experiences to help my own children and help them to be raised normal and healthy, but also with balance. We do eat donuts and we have pizza on occasion, and for me, it's very beneficial that my kids see that it's not so adverse to enjoying splurges every now and then, but at the same time, not enjoying those splurges on a daily basis and never being active, never moving your body. So that was my journey with weight. And once I got into my 20s, I did start exercising. I was going to the gym. I was doing some things at home, but it was never anything consistent. And then I pretty much kind of yo-yoed into my early 20s. And once I started working full-time in a corporate environment, and then of course got married and starting having kids. So I gained 60 pounds with my son, who's 10, and he was a C-section. He was 10 pounds when he was born. Got pregnant right away with my second child, my daughter, and after I had her, something changed in me. I went back to work full-time after my son was born, but after my daughter was born, something changed in me. I didn't want to go back to work fat like I did with my son. I wasn't okay with it. I did not want to have to go buy new clothes in order to go back to work. I didn't like the way that I felt. I was a different woman to my husband. I was not as kind to my little boy. My little boy was 14 months old when my second child was born. I didn't like myself, and it's almost as if I started reverting to the way that I thought as a kid. It's like food is the only thing that's going to make me happy, and that's what I found myself doing. Is I was binging, I was eating crap again, and I just didn't like the way I felt. At that point, I had already established a really good routine at the gym. I found a class that I really loved, but because I was so down on myself within, I did not want to go back to the gym. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to leave the house. I was a different person, and I didn't like the way I felt about myself at all. So I feel like it was such a godsend that one day I was watching TV and I saw the infomercial for a Beachbody program called Turbo Jam. And it's a kickboxing routine, and it was similar to what I was doing in the gym, that class that I was doing in the gym. So right away, it's like my eyes lit up, because I was like, wait a minute, I can get results from home. I can do what I love from home. And I did. I ordered that infomercial and didn't know anything about the Beachbody model, that I would become someone else's, client. I didn't know that I would automatically have a coach assign me. I didn't know anything about the business model at all. So I lost 40 pounds doing that program at home, you guys. And I did. I pushed play every day. There were some days that I remember I would try to do it when my infant was napping, but there were some days that she was just awake and I would just have her on the floor. I'd put her on her blanket, I would grab a rattle or a teddy bear or something, and I would just be working out over her. And she's just looking up at me completely entertained. And I got the results. And I feel like if I didn't have that mindset, like if I wasn't in that mode, it probably wouldn't have happened as well as it did for me. Like I lost a ton of weight doing just that program. And I did follow the meal guide on some days because I was nursing too. So I wasn't 100%. But even not being 100% on the meal guide, I still lost a ton of weight doing that program. So like that just changed my life. I went back to work and I was rocking it. I had so many compliments. People were asking me what I was doing. And then that's when I was introduced to the business model of Beachbody, about helping other people get fit, helping other people find themselves again, to rediscover themselves. And I love that too, because here I was, someone that had a routine at the gym that I loved, but then something traumatic happened in my life. Something happened with my mental frame of mind that I didn't want that anymore. I needed something different. So I love the idea that even if you love the gym routine and you're in gym rat, Beachbody has something for everyone. I mean, now at that time, this was 2008. I mean, at this time now, 2017, we have hundreds of programs, and we've done such a good job of catering to where everyone is at in their journey. If you've never exercised before, or if you're an elite marathon runner, like we've got something for everybody, no matter your age, no matter your situation. And to me, it's like, it's such a personal thing to know that you need to get healthy, to know you need to start working out. So when you can do it in the privacy of your home, no judgment and nothing but support, that makes a world of difference. So the big thing for me was I regained my confidence after I started to lose the weight and regain energy. And then I noticed like it was just so enjoyable for me to tell other people what I was doing. I was coaching without even knowing it. I was so excited to share the results that I was getting. I was so excited to talk about the meal plan, and I heard about this thing called Shakeology that the company was going to introduce, and I was so proud of the ingredients that were in Shakeology, knowing that my husband and I wanted to have more children. So fast forward, I actually I joined Team Dynasty in 2016. So I'm just coming up on my first year with Team Dynasty, and I have to share that because another very significant thing happened in my life 3 years ago. So my husband and I had our third child in 2012. We both did the Insanity program together after my doctor cleared me. That was my third C-section, and we both got incredible results. That was the first program that my husband and I did together, and it just reinforced the power of having something that I can do at home and how important it is to have a healthy family. Me being healthy is one thing, but if I'm doing all these things and taking care of myself and I'm not bringing my kids with me, I'm not sharing with my husband why this is so important, why I love it, and introducing him and giving him a form to be healthy as well, it doesn't mean as much. So that really, to me, touched my heart, and it helped me see the bigger picture with Team Beachbody, that this is about healthy families. It's about individuals making the decision to get healthy, but we give them the tools to not only get healthy themselves, but really to help introduce this whole new way of living, of getting healthy and being active with your entire family. So I love that. We got amazing results. And then another 2 years later, went back to work after that baby, and then another 2 years later, we had a little boy. So I have 2 boys and 2 girls. My youngest is a boy, and he was born premature, and he lived for a day. And after he passed away, the company that I was with, I'd been there for almost 18 years, loved what I did. And after he passed away, we just realized, like, when it comes to, being present for my children, me working full-time at a desk job was no longer what I was supposed to be doing. And I will tell you from the bottom of my heart, I never ever would have been able to walk away from that income that I was earning and from that job if I did not have Beachbody as a foundation. All of those years I was working Beachbody pretty much as a side business and as a hobby. But I knew that after walking away from that, I could absolutely earn the income that I was earning at a corporate job for 17 years. I was making very good money, and then some. And that's what my husband and I decided to do. So in September of 2014, I left my corporate job to pursue Beachbody 100%. Now, you might be doing the math. You're like, wait a minute, well, you joined Team Destiny, it'll be a year ago, so what did you do during that time? Honestly, I lost myself. I lost myself to depression, to anxiety. I was on antidepressants. I was going to counseling on a regular basis. I was really trying to find who I am supposed to be now that I have struggled through this horrendous loss, and how I am supposed to keep moving forward in a positive way for my husband and for my other children that I get the blessing to raise. But most importantly for me, when it comes to tragedy or loss, like there's so many preconceived ideas of like how quickly you're supposed to heal, how you're supposed to be after it happens, living up to what other people's expectations are of you, because they're used to the way that you were before this happened, and all of that's just not true. So my big goal now as a coach is not just the weight loss, but really trying to help find people who are struggling with depression and that are going through just something horrific and grieving and all of that. What has helped me has been the consistency of this team, this amazing team that we're all a part of. When I discovered my coach, Scotty Hobbs, it was because of his videos on depression. It was because he was sharing his struggles and showing up consistently every single day that motivated me and gave me that vision of what would be possible for me. I could have a joyful life again. I could wake up and feel in my heart that I know I was doing exactly what I was on this earth to do, supporting other people, motivating them to see what's possible, giving other people hope, while at the same time making my priority myself, making sure that I was healthy every single day, making sure I was getting my workouts in, making sure I was drinking my Shakeology. So I want to touch on Shakeology real quick. It is an amazing product. With my last 2 pregnancies, I did share with my doctor the ingredient list, and they allowed me to drink that every single day instead of taking a multivitamin. They were so impressed with the nutrition that was in it, and it's something that my family and I use every single day in this home. With the other 3 children, I actually make 1 serving and I split it between the 3. And my husband and I drink it every single day, and it's helped us tremendously. So thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of my story and my journey. I'm very thankful to be a part of this team. I'm very thankful for Team Beachbody. And again, my goal and my mission at this point in my life is to help inspire and motivate as many women and men who struggle with depression to see that there is hope. There is an amazing group of people out here with Team Dynasty and with the entire Team Beachbody community that are intent on helping others one person at a time. But bigger than that, we are the only job on the planet that allows us to focus on us first. It is about us first. The more joyful a life we are leading, the more fulfilling a life we are leading, and as we share that, the more we will touch other people's lives, especially when we're being honest and sharing not just our successes but our struggles as well. I think that's it. The last thing I will leave you guys with is it's not about being perfect as coaches. It's about being vulnerable, I feel, and being completely honest with what you're going through. I did share a post this morning about my wanting of donuts. I wanted to roll into the donut store, and I knew I wouldn't just buy 1. I knew I'd buy at least 3, and I would just shove them in, and they'd be gone in 10 seconds, and then I'd feel like crap afterwards. So sharing what you're going through, sharing your struggles is, I think, one of the most effective things you can do as a coach, being honest, but also making sure that you are sharing your words in a way that are positive and uplifting, and offering those solutions. Something that I got on one of Chalene Johnson's trainings was, whenever it comes to anything that we post, the first thing we should think about, is it true? Is it true? Is it helpful? And the third thing was, would it make your mom or your dad or your spouse proud? And I think about those 3 things every single time I want to post something. So to me, it's just a great, just kind of gut check to make sure that we're sharing our lives in a way that it's positive and we're going to help lift someone up. But it's also true, it's also helpful, and the people that love us, it would make them proud to know that we're sharing our journey in such a positive way. Thanks so much for letting me share, guys. If you have any questions, I'm here, or you can also follow up with your coach. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.